tonight, parts of Harris County are under a mandatory evacuation order.
Air 11 giving us a look at the rising waters of the San Jacinto River near Huffman. Harris County Judge Lena Hidalgo says if you are in an area of flooding, the time to get out is now. And right now, we want to give you a big picture look at the areas under mandatory evacuation tonight. Communities along the east fork of the San Jacinto River, stretching from FM 1485 south to where the river leads to Lake Houston. When we give you a satellite view, you can see exactly where the East Fork runs. The river is expected to crest around 78 feet. For context, that's just 3 feet lower than its crest during Hurricane Harvey.
That's really something. And we have team coverage tonight, beginning with Anieli Ruiz in the Huffman area, one of the areas under mandatory evacuation. Hello, Anieli.
Well, that's right. Some folks were out here busy trying to move what they could, while others said they're just sticking around. Businesses here along Lake Houston know the drill.
We've been through several floods before.
That is why owners of Lake Houston Brewery, with the help of friends and family, are getting ready.
We're cleaning everything we have up, trying to get out of flood's way.
While others, they're taking advantage of the rising waters.
It's been really good. We've been catching a lot of fish.
Alex and his family say they're not leaving. They didn't get flooded during Harvey.
I'm a little worried, but I'm not worried.
Are you guys going to evacuate? What are you guys planning?
I'm not planning on evacuating. I may call into work, but I ain't planning on evacuating.
While other families who just received the notification about the mandatory evacuation.
I mean, we've been through Harvey, we've been through Imelda, we've been through the freeze. I was just like, I'm kind of sick of being through no newsworthy things.
But they're not willing to stick around.
Hearing that it's going to be slightly under Harvey, we might be leaving.
And many around here say they just plan on hunkering down.
We're not evacuating. We're still going to stay here. This is our home.
Julie and her husband were able to get out with this canoe during Harvey, and they're ready to do it again if they need to.
But we'll be okay. We're strong. We're Houston strong. Houston strong.
And in the time that we've been out here, we have seen the water significantly rise again, but we have also seen a lot of emergency personnel monitoring. And of course, we'll bring you guys the very latest. We'll send it back to you in the studio.
Houston strong, very difficult. Houston Mayor John Whitmire joining some first responders surveying some of the flooding in the Kingwood area. Tomorrow morning, the City of Houston's Office of Emergency Management will open its Joint Information Center as where it will handle the response and management to flood issues in Kingwood and all around the San Jacinto River. Matt Doherty is live from an area just south of Kingwood tonight. Matt?
Yeah, we're near the 59 bridge over the San Jacinto River, where the water level on the west side of the East Branch is still far too high tonight.
This is why I still live here, though. This view.
Darren Smith takes us to the backyard of his Northshore home. It's waterfront property that's been getting a lot more water this week. Northshore is among several communities not far from the San Jacinto River that Alert Houston has advised to evacuate. If not, local officials are telling residents to prepare to be stranded for the next 3 days.
I know it's a risk down here. I just thought those 2 floods would be it for a while.
Darren, whose 81-year-old mother lives across the street, says he's ready to take off when it's time. The rented U-Haul is in his driveway and some boxes have already been packed. But he's skeptical about the projections, which he says show he would get about 3 feet of water inside of his home.
Even though they've opened the gates as much as they have, it's not coming up as high and fast as we thought.
He's monitoring the makeshift flood gauge in his backyard, relying on it to tell him when it might be time to start packing. He's also keeping track of the official flood gauges on his computer in his kitchen. He admits this time it'll be close and he won't be sleeping tonight. But for now, he's not certain enough to start loading up the truck. You see those lights behind me? Those are emergency rescue crews. They had to go in and rescue about 5 family members from a home. Also inside of that home was one of their other family members who was on hospice care who passed away tonight. So they're also having to recover his body as well. Back to you.
Yeah, very sad part of the story tonight. Matt, thank you. We are seeing severe flooding in neighborhoods near Conroe. This is near FM 2854 and Allen Drive, Air 11 showing water completely covering the first floor of homes. Tonight, Lake Conroe is closed. Officials with the San Jacinto River Authority have been releasing water from the dam. That release is what's causing flooding in some communities. At last check, the lake level is 205 feet. The San Jacinto River Authority says it could take several days to reduce that level.
There are 4 shelters across Harris County where evacuated folks can go, starting in Cleveland at the Calvary Baptist Church, the Greenhouse International Church near Greenspoint, the Philippians New Faith Baptist Church that's near Wayside in the North Loop, and then there's the Leon Grayson Community Center in the Cloverleaf area. And new tonight, Montgomery County has issued a voluntary evacuation for 2 communities along the West Fork of the San Jacinto River, River Plantation off of I-45 and Woodlock. That's off Highway 242. Devon Roming joins us live from Montgomery County tonight. Just how bad are conditions there, Devon?
Well, guys, we are here off of Creighton Road, just east of I-45, where this roadway behind me, portions of it are flooded, leading into the River Plantation neighborhood of Conroe, where we've seen people towing out furniture, heavy appliances, even pets, making last-minute efforts to evacuate. As water continues to rise, a voluntary evacuation order is in place for 3 neighborhoods prone to flooding in Montgomery County. They include River Plantation, Mosswood, and Woodlock. The voluntary order was issued by Montgomery County Judge Mark Keogh Thursday evening as the county's Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Management says these 3 areas can expect to see 10 to 12 feet of water. People were seen gathering their belongings in an effort to beat the rising water. One woman we spoke with says she just moved to this home in River Plantation within the last year, not realizing the potential for flooding. Within the hour of us speaking, you can see what her driveway looked like when we first arrived compared to what it looked like as we were leaving. Fortunately, she, like many others, were able to get out early ahead of what's to come. Now, we want to reiterate, at this point, this order is simply voluntary, so it's up to you if you live in these areas whether you decide to leave or not. Live in Montgomery County, Devon Roming, KHOU 11 News.